Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm in the office, taking care of business, paying bills as usual. Mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through Tuesday. Hope you guys are going to have a productive week. Let's talk about changing your life. Let's just do a quick video. I don't want to go on too long because you guys have things to do. I know I do. You want to start with developing a vision, a positive vision of what your life could be like. Sit and think about what your ideal life would be. And you can allow yourself to be a little fantastic when you come up with this vision. Now, you may not end up being king of the world as you want to be, but you might be able to be close. So come up with a vision. That's the first step to changing your life, is to develop a vision, a positive vision, a point on a horizon. And you're going to plot and scheme and work every single day diligently with discipline. Some days will be better than others, but you're going to work every day towards that point on the horizon. But when you're thinking about changing your life, you want to be realistic and think about what you can change. You have to start somewhere. So, is it your life, the external factors of your existence? Or is it you? You're miserable. Do you suck or does your life suck? So, like I said, we have to start somewhere. So, if it's you and you feel like, well, I suck, and you can do an inventory to kind of look around you and see how your life is. If it's really not that bad, but you're miserable, then maybe it's you. You suck. Your life doesn't suck. You suck. You suck as a person. Maybe you need to do some personal growth. And I've had that realization, and you have to humble up, and it's not very fun, but it will help you be more successful. It'll help you get to that point on the horizon. Now, it may be a combination of both, where you suck and your life sucks, so you have to do both. And you might want to upgrade the stuff you got slowly. Get a new bed. You got one of those mattresses you found somewhere? I've had mattresses that I've found, thrift store mattresses, mattresses that have sat in other people's garages for 10 years that they don't want and don't know what to do with. And I'll take it. I'll give you $50 for it. Go out and buy yourself a nice mattress for the first time in your life. Upgrade slowly, little things. You can upgrade your style, your image, little by little. Upgrade what you have. You can become more disciplined in your actions. This will change your life dramatically. It'll help you get to that point, to that spot on the horizon that you've set out for yourself. It'll help you get there. Daily discipline, every single day, little micro movements. You don't want to do it today, you're not feeling it today, too bad. Do something, do anything. We all have days off. Maybe you have an injury, or maybe you're just feeling a little pissy. Get something done every day, even if it's just a little step. You've done something towards your goal. This will help you be more positive, feel better about yourself, and feel like that your life has meaning and purpose. I may not be there yet, but I'm on my way. Now, you may have to get drastic. You want to change your life? You may have to change your physical environment. I've had to do this before. I moved from California. I got West Coast tattooed on my hand. I think about it all the time. And I left. I left my coast. I left the turf. I left the whole state, the whole region, because I realized that my productivity could be found somewhere else, that I actually needed to move. And it was the best thing that I ever did, even though it didn't feel like that for the first year or two. The first year or two that I moved to Florida, I had a lot of regrets. And trust me, I felt like moving right back to LA. But 20 years later, looking back on it, this was the best thing I ever did for myself. I couldn't even imagine who I would have been if I stayed where I was. I can't possibly imagine. So you may have to move. You may need a new job. You may need a career. You just have a job. You may need a career. And that doesn't have to be something that you brag about or write books about. You don't have to be Indiana Jones. But a career could just simply be something that you take value in, that you enjoy helping people in. And that's ultimately the best way to have a career, is to find some sort of way to be in service of others. And that gives you great purpose and meaning every single day. Even a bus driver can have a great purpose and meaning in serving others and helping people get to their destination. And you turn this job of, just a bus driver, and this other guy says it with pride, I'm a bus driver. So it's just partly outlook when it comes to careers and jobs, but you may need a change. The job you have may be going nowhere. It may be killing you. But above all, when it comes to change, personal growth, I believe outlook is everything. Your outlook. You want to change, become a better version of yourself, you're going to need a better outlook on the world. And it's not just rose-colored glasses and seeing everything as if it's a Disney movie or something. But you may be lost in the valley of the shadow of death. You may be running through the sticks, through the bushes, and they sting, and you're far from the path. You may be lost. You need to find your way, and outlook will help you find your way. When you're lost in a valley, the way to find your path is to run up a hill, to get the high ground, to get a new outlook. Go climb a tree if you have to. See the layout of the land. Get a broader perspective on things. These are just some basic ideas on change and how to change your life. You can start with this stuff today. If anybody wants help to fix the broken pieces in their life or to help move forward, become the strongest version of yourself, you can contact me on my website. I always put the links below, and I do coaching and mentoring. I help people every single week become the best versions of themselves. Food for thought.